Hello everyone, it's a Wednesday and I'm using my little what do you call it, induction little pan thingy anyway to make some ghee, which is clarified butter. And I just saved my old salsa jars and things like that to put it in. It doesn't have to actually get a seal like when you can water bath or pressure can. It just needs to have a good fitting lid on it. Now, something I wanted to go over with you guys, there is a big difference in making ghee, which is clarified butter, and storing it in these jars. It is shelf stable indefinitely when you do this, and very safe. There's a big difference in doing this and in canning butter like some people do. Please do not can butter. And what I mean by that, and here's the difference. When they say they're canning butter, all they're doing is melting butter and putting it in jars, probably not like this, but regular canning jars, and they're hearing that seal pop and they think they've canned butter and it's shelf stable. That is not the case. There is no data. There's nothing been done by the National Center for Home Canning and Food Preservation that shows that any type of dairy product is safe to can. I'm just telling you, I'm not a rebel canner. You may do that, your family may do that, and that's fine, that's your choice. But for anyone who's new to canning, please do not follow what you find on the internet that says canning butter is safe. If you're going to can butter, if you're going to store butter, in quotes, for long term, please make ghee, which is what I'm doing. All ghee is clarified butter. And you see the white that's floating on top? You're cooking all that off, basically, which is the dairy part, which is why ghee is great for people who have lactose intolerance, because it doesn't have the dairy per se anymore. You're just left with the pure butter taste and the fat. It must be cooked down until all that's gone, and then I'll run it through cheesecloth and put it in these clean, sterile jars, and it will sit on my shelf indefinitely, and that is safe. So if you have any interest in canning or putting up your butter for long term, I recommend that you go and look up the difference between ghee, making ghee. It's super simple. You just basically cook it, and just canning butter. And please be safe when you can. I'm always going to try and give you the best information that I can find. I'm never going to try to get you to do anything that isn't safe. But if you have any questions, please ask, and I will try to get to everyone. I love you guys. Have a great day. This is what the ghee looks like after I have cooked it. It's real clear right now, and it will solidify as it cools a little bit. These are, what size jars are these? 15 ounce. And I've filled up 2 jars with 2 packs of butter with the 4 sticks in it each. So 1 pound of butter basically will give you about 15 ounces of ghee. So, and when I bought this butter, it was like $2 or $3 for a pound. You cannot get 15 ounces of ghee for $2 or $3. And you just use these leftover jars. But you see how clear it is. That's obviously why they call it clarified. This is what your pan will look like. Don't freak out. That washes out fairly easily. But that's why when you make the ghee, you don't stir it per se. Like you saw me kind of skimming around in the top, kind of giving it a little stir. But you don't stir to where you hit the bottom, because you want that to stick on the bottom. That's what you're cooking out. And that's what makes the ghee safe to store long term, is getting all that dairy fat out of there, or dairy. So anyway, just a little quick follow-up video to show you what it looks like when it's done. And when it cools down, it will solidify and just look like butter. It's really smooth. I use it for cooking. It has a super high smoke point, so it's great for using it on your grill or stir fries or anything where you need a really hot skillet. It's not going to smoke or anything or burn. And it has a super, like that movie butter for the popcorn type flavor. It's really good. And it's the longer you cook it, it will get I say nuttier, but that's the phrase everyone uses for it. It just gets a more intense flavor. So anyway, I want to keep you long. I was just going to show you what it looks like when it's done. And that's it. So about 1 pound or 4 sticks of butter gives me one 15-ounce jar. There you go. You'll have butter indefinitely in your cabinet or in your pantry.